Hey everybody, I'm Target 12 investigator Tim White back again with my colleague and our business and politics editor Ted Nesi. Ted, good to see you again.
Good to social distance with you, Tim.
We are back answering more questions from all of you about a lot of questions about unemployment benefits, stimulus questions. So we're going to get through all those. But just again, a quick note the way I ended the video yesterday, a big thanks to all of you for sending in these questions because if you have this question, I can almost guarantee there are 1,000 others out there who have the same question. So they are very helpful and thanks for writing in. We'll give our email addresses at the end of this video. Ted, a lot of questions about the $600 that is coming from the extra, if you will, the extra $600 from the federal government for unemployment insurance. And that's our first question today.
Yeah, so as you say, Tim, we are getting so many questions about this. We want to address it right off the top. Sadie asked us, do you know when the extra $600 will start and if it's for part-time benefit claims as well? We've also been asked, will people who are currently on unemployment get the $600? We're told yes. Everyone on unemployment right now, as soon as the $600 starts, should be getting the $600. That's our understanding from officials in Washington and here in Rhode Island. We don't know the exact date when the money will start flowing. Soon is the best I can tell you. The Rhode Island DLT is waiting for the official guidance and rules from the federal government. Remember, this only became law a couple days ago. That will let them then start to put the money into people's accounts once they know how the feds want the money given out. They're hoping to get that guidance in the next day or two. I checked in with DLT today to get you the latest information on that. We do know that the extra $600 is going to expire on July 31st. So whenever it starts, it's only for 4 months unless Congress changes the law, so be prepared for that. We also got a question, will they retro it back? It's only a 4-month $600 bonus, so I think there might be some math done to figure out, how much you qualified for and make sure you get to that full amount. But I would just say for now, be patient, don't count on extra money yet. Just wait for that. I'm sure we're going to hear a lot about it once they know, and the $600 should be coming soon.
I'm glad you brought up the retro question because I have that a lot in my inbox as well, Ted. Sticking with $600, a question from Nicholas. He asks us, Ted, do we have to do anything additional to receive it? Very simple question, Nicholas. As Ted just said, basically, no, you don't. If you're in the unemployment insurance system right now through DLT, you are all set. So, Beth, question from Beth. She writes, my question is, what amount or percentage will we be getting back in unemployment? My boss said 51%, and others say our full weekly paycheck amount. And then little editorial note here, Ted, as Corona was not our choice, I would think it would be the full amount that we usually make weekly, or it should be. I don't disagree with you on that, Beth. I think it should be as well, but your boss is right. Your state unemployment insurance check will be roughly 50% of what you make. But as Ted just said, don't forget there's another $600 that's coming in from the federal government, hopefully, as he said, in the next couple of weeks. So that'll be on top of the roughly 50% that you'll be getting, again, through the state, and that lasts until the end of July.
So another question we got, Sharon asked, they ask when you do the weekly claim for unemployment, I think this is when you call into teleserve, the telephone system, they ask, have you looked for full-time work? And she said, I'd like to know if I need to look for full-time work because I have a full-time job as a pre-K teacher and I want to go back to that job. Another great question, we get this one a lot too. Usually if you're on unemployment, the sort of deal to get the payments is you agree that you're going to hunt for a full-time job so you can get off unemployment. That's waived right now. You are still getting asked the question. I think that's actually just because the system is programmed that way and it's happened so quickly, they haven't been able to change that. DLT told me people who hear that question, are you looking for full-time employment, should just say yes. Just answer yes, even if you're just waiting for your regular job to start up again when the shutdowns end. That's temporary, but that's for now while they deal with the public health emergency.
Ted, let's stay here with the unemployment insurance system because, as you say, it's a computerized system, and you were just talking about that binary choice, just say yes. And we have gotten probably the number one question we get is, and I'm sure you've seen it too, the complaint that it's taking too long. And we did a video yesterday where you sort of touched on this, that there might be two reasons for this. I'm looking at an email from Caroline, I'm looking at an email from Deb, and they're both wondering where the money is. You addressed this yesterday in a video.
Yeah, so DLT officials are pretty frank about their systems are overloaded. I mean, just to put it in perspective, I think in the highest month of the Great Recession, maybe about 3,000 people applied in 1 week for unemployment. They had 38,000 people last week alone. So the systems just aren't built for this. So it is going to be slow. If you've applied online, gotten your confirmation number, that's good. That means you're in the queue. From there, they're saying it could take up to 2 weeks. Potentially for some people, it's possible if your claim is complicated for some reason, it might take a little longer. But once you have that, you'll get another email saying that they've received your application. Then eventually you'll get an email saying it's been processed and you need to call into teleserve on a certain day, and that will get things going. So we get it's frustrating, and I can only imagine it's all you'd be thinking about, as I said yesterday, if you were waiting to get an income again. But if you've gotten that confirmation number, that's a good sign, and they are working through it, they say. I'd say it's only once you're out of the 2-week window, you might want to start to think about whether you want to make a phone call to DLT for more information, because if you're in that 2-week window, it's probably just slow right now, as long as you got that confirmation number and haven't gotten any further communication.
And well, what about we got another email, Ted, from somebody who's like, I filed this the same day as my neighbor and she's already getting the check and I'm not.
Yeah, DLT says, don't compare with your neighbors. They know you will, but they said, every claim is different. It depends on your own work history. Sometimes just the data, maybe that your employer has sent in, is a little messier for some reason. So they have to, it's a difference between, can they do it automatically through the technology, or does a human being have to sit down with your claim and go through it all? And obviously it takes longer when you have to put a person on it. So not minimizing the frustration at all. It's totally valid and understandable. But again, I'd say give it up to 2 weeks before you really start to get alarmed that you might have been forgotten somehow or gotten lost in the shuffle.
All right, we have a question here now from Glenn. He says, I am collecting traditional unemployment insurance from my normal seasonal job. Will my benefits be extended, or do I need to apply for COVID-19 unemployment insurance? And Glenn, our understanding is yes, everyone on unemployment insurance can do an extra 13 weeks, but we don't know just yet if it's going to be automatic or if you're going to have to sign up for it. And so our suggestion is to go here to this page, and that is the COVID-19 Emergency Unemployment Insurance Application Update page. We'll provide a link to it below this video, and that will put you on a mailing list for the COVID-19 information through DLT, and hopefully they'll provide information through this mailing list on whether or not you'll be automatically signed up or if you're going to have to do it through the special COVID-19 unemployment insurance thing. So our recommendation is to sign up for this newsletter on this page. And again, I'll provide a link below this video.
Yeah, in fact, Tim, the more I think about it, the more, when in doubt, just sign up for that mailing list, right? Mm-hmm. What's the harm? Worst comes worst, you get a couple emails that you find out don't apply to you. But I think that's going to be a clearinghouse for DLT on everybody in an unusual circumstance once they get that information from the feds, which they're hoping to get very soon. So I'd sign up right when you finish watching this video, and we're going to put a link to that right on the page where this video lives, along with our other resources we have for you. We have a question from Arnon. Another one we've gotten a bunch. I want to know if it's true that you can apply for TCI, that's Temporary Caregiver Insurance, a state program, to care for your children due to daycare being closed and schools. Also, I was in quarantine for 40 days that are up on Friday. I want more detail. Is this true? Yes, we've been told that if you are a parent, you can see the page there, who does not have childcare and your child's obviously not in school with the schools closed, you can apply for temporary caregiver insurance benefits. And the governor, I did ask the governor this question in her virtual press conference the other day, and she said the amount of time you can stay on TCI, temporary caregiver, will be extended as long as the public school buildings are closed, in case you don't have childcare. So that's the current guidance. Sign up for TCI if you are someone who has a job but can't go to your job because of childcare. That's what the most recent thing we've been told.
We have a question here, Ted, about the stimulus money. This person writes in, I am on disability and do not have to file taxes. what form do I have to fill out? You don't have to actually fill out any form. The government always has a way to find you, and the government will find you.
Logan, like a mob reporter, Tim.
That's right. Just like the mob, the government will find you. But I do think it's fair to think that it might be a little bit slower for you if you're not in if you haven't filed for taxes and you're not in that machine, that it might take a little bit longer to get to you. So Ted had a suggestion that I thought was a good one, and that is to go maybe Google the file your taxes for free, and it'll bring you to this IRS page, and you can do a free file online, and that will get you into the system. And you can see here you have two choices. If you make below 69 grand a year or above 69 grand a year, depends on the form, that might get you into the system so you can get that stimulus money back a little bit quicker. And also Secretary Mnuchin has talked about maybe doing some sort of an app or something like that to speed up the process, but as we said, they are eventually going to find you at some point. Ted?
Yeah, so those were the questions that we've received. We did want to remind everyone just the overall message we've received, which is if you're out of work, apply. Don't feel like you need to call DLT first to get more information, especially with the phones as jammed as they are. Go to their website, fill out an application for unemployment insurance. Unless you're one of those people who is not covered by regular unemployment, then you've got to wait. They're going to put out this new application soon for the COVID-19 specific emergency unemployment program. That's for independent contractors, self-employed, people with limited work history, all those folks. So if you're one of them, you want to sign up for that mailing list that Tim said. We'll have the link on the website. And that's the most important thing. And again, you got to give it sounds like at least 14 days to hear back from DLT. I know 2 weeks is a long time when you're not working, but save yourself the headaches of spending all day on the phone if you're not even going to get through to somebody, and know that after 2 weeks, that's when I think you can start to think about, do I need to take more action? But within the 2 weeks, they say that's the new normal right now.
And as you said yesterday, don't call into teleserve until you have that BYE number. There's no use calling it to teleserve until you get that email, right?
Correct. Yep. Teleserve. You'll be told, here's your number, and you'll be told when to call, what day you should call. I think Sunday is often the first day when someone's a new claim, they can call teleserve to go through a claim, and then usually they pay you by Wednesday. I heard from some people who got paid because they put in on Sunday and then they were getting paid on Wednesday last week. So keep an eye out for that.
All right. Well, Ted, look, I'm sure a lot of questions we didn't answer there. So below this video, some resources for everybody. We're going to put our explainer and the overall out of work benefits from the state, the new federal unemployment benefits that you wrote about, Ted. And Ted, why don't we add a link to the stimulus explainer that you also wrote up? I thought that was really helpful. And we had a video yesterday that we referenced a couple of times in this one, so we're going to put that one on this page as well because we had some good questions there. And we want to hear from you. As I said, I'm going to give you our email address, and this goes directly to us. Ted's is tnesi, that's TNESI at WPRI.com. I'm twhite at WPRI.com. Good luck, everybody. Stay safe out there. Let us know how we can help, and thanks for watching this here on WPRI.com.